Welcome back to another Create Mod episode. In the last one, we made this auto wither killing system that you see behind me. This thing can give us over 100 nether stars an hour. We have 58 of them. Oh my goodness, this is broken. I don't know what these little guys are, but I think they're from Alex's mod. Anyway, we can fully kill a wither automatically with no issue. I need to get more soul sand and skulls, but that's incredible. Today though, we're heading back over to the nether because we have a storage system here with 12,000 coal, 11,000 blaze rods, 16,000 bones. I don't want to carry this back myself. I want this to be automated. I want this to go all the way back to our main base fully automatically, and there's only one way to do that. Trains! And we do have our main train station here that is chunk loaded, so we already have that all done and dusted. But we need another train. And secondly, I want to figure out if it's possible, or if there's a way to get like a train schedule thing so that we have some signs or other like boards or display boards that show us when a train is arriving or like its expected time or something like that. So we're going to figure that out. But first, we need a train. Oh, also, our nether star stores are now at 91 nether stars, which is insane. For this train, we need a couple of ingredients. And by a couple, I mean 9 pages of random things. And I don't have most of them, I don't think. This is like the first time I don't have a farm for everything that we need. And that's because it uses kind of ugly blocks, but it's nether themed, so it's allowed. It's allowed to be ugly. That's what I'm telling myself. But we need to get some ingredients, so let's get into a quick material gathering. Not time-lapse, montage. That's the word. Montage time. And I know I said we were going to be struggling on this time-lapse because we didn't have all the items that we needed, but I'm kind of lying because the Create mod is incredible just in and of itself. Everything that we need is pretty easily gettable. And just as an example, this Crimsonite, if you mine it normally, you have efficiency 5, it's not insta-mine, but with efficiency 6 with the Create mod, it's insta-mine. Super easy to do. And then storage drawers is so helpful. It's incredible how crazy helpful it is. I think I have like 1,000,000 blocks stored in like a tiny area. In vanilla, it would literally be impossible. I'm comparing it to vanilla because I have semi-recently did a stream of getting a bunch of materials for a build that I'm going to be doing. If you haven't watched the vanilla series, I would absolutely recommend it. It is some crazy cool builds, full vanilla, so take it with a grain of salt. Some cool farms, a bunch of other stuff like that. But a material gathering time lapse for a kind of tiny house took 4 hours. So this is way, way faster, but we're already done. It took maybe 30 minutes. Let's get back to the world. And we are back. Materials have been gathered. A bunch of red, a bunch of copper, and obviously some fancy schmancy boys. But we're good. Everything is checked off the list except for this large spruce window that I forgot to change in my schematic because I'm silly, but we're ready to go. And I think this will be sick in a time-lapse. We are going to build in the entire train here, and it's going to look dope. Let's get into that time-lapse. Time-lapse after time-lapse after time-lapse after time-lapse after... This is Minecraft. Time-lapse city. Population, everyone watching the video. Shout out. Honestly, though, shout out you guys for watching the videos. I do appreciate it. I've been doing this for a year now. Consistent 2 videos a week, and I appreciate all y'all watching it. Like, subscribe, comment if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel somehow, you're on episode 49, you should subscribe. But that's the nether train. It is all done. The build is done except for the frame trapdoors up and around here, so let me just get these in. But it is very similar to my already existing trains, and I feel like that kind of makes a little bit of sense. I mean, you wouldn't want like a company or a big factory area to have a bunch of different types of trains. Maybe you would. I'm not really a train person if you can't tell, but this is one that I built kind of by myself with some references. Of course, I'm not good enough at building to be able to do it by myself, but I think it's looking pretty good. And the good news about using the schematic is that it's all glued together, and I already know that it works. At least like the bits together work, so we won't have to do any finagling with that. We will, and we'll get to that shortly, need to set up the way to get to the nether, though. There we go. All of that is now in. This looks so, so good. I switched out. I think on the other trains I have these things are placards, placards, placards. Yeah, I switched them out for red, and I think that looks super, super cool. We got to grab our resident sheep over here to drive the train for us. So please, you are the lucky customer. You ate grass, which means you'll be well fed for your journey. I gotta make sure you don't die, though. Thank you so much. And now, you're still here? You get to seat. Wonderful. I don't have the train schedule set up yet because we don't have the nether train station. So while this thing sits here idling, let's head over there and set up the train station. It won't be anything crazy cool because it needs to be spawn proof. So I think we might just have to go with glass and call it a day, but a glass train station is going to be pretty lit. Actually, I was thinking before we head over there, I think it'd be worth getting this train track into a nether portal here. So if you don't know, train tracks, if they're heading directly into a nether portal, will just go through the nether and go to the other side. So I think it'll be worth setting up a thing here where this just goes straight on. So if we have this just going straight forward here into a big old nether portal, I'm certain this is tall enough, it better be, and then light it, we should, if we're facing this way, we're going in facing south. I'm pretty sure the nether portal will spawn facing north to south, and then we can just get it in. Ah, okay, that's what I was afraid of. We need to do some nether portal math, because I don't want to have it coming out of this nether portal. That would be a problem. And this should do it. We have the same height portal over here. I had to move the other one over just a little bit, but it now links up perfectly. Wonderful. We will need to route this way. As it goes through the portal, we'll be good. But when we're in the nether, it's got to come back through the portal to the overworld. So we're going to need to route this all the way back to the other side of the train station. But we'll do that in a minute. Over on the nether side, I've laid out this little track thing here. I'm actually going to break all of this netherrack so that we get a clean glass bridge here. I'm going to be using glass since we are going to the full glass perimeter. I feel like that just makes more sense. But as you can see, it is a long way away. So I don't want to mine that much. I don't want to mine an 8 by 12 by whatever hole. So maybe in the next episode we actually finish this train system. But in this one, I want to at least get there. And I know I curve this, but I probably don't want to do that. I think the best method is going to be go straight down until you get to the Y, Z axis that you want to be on, and then we just pull up the train station next to the whole thing. So I'm going to warp over to the nether hole. Ouch, my ears. Warp over to the nether hole and set up where exactly I want this thing to be. So our home is this way, and I feel like a train station right next to this thing, like right here, would be perfect. So I guess let's just set that up. The train tracks are going to be 3 blocks wide, since, I mean, train track width, boom. And then I'll want the, like, I guess we want the storage area here because we have the belts going in. So we're going to need the locomotive a little bit further ahead. But let me just get in these platform blocks just for the platform itself. Hopefully it'll be long enough. I don't really think the length matters too much. And honestly, that's probably good for this direction. But now we also need to head back in this direction. So this is, again, our main kind of train track system. I am going to do, I think, parallel train track lines instead of just one line that goes back and forth. It's not super necessary, but it will be helpful in the next video, which I think you can probably guess what I want to do. But I want to automate getting home with maybe a cool train. Because I think there are drills that'll obviously mine the blocks, but I think there are other train attachments that will let us place down different floor blocks and make the tunnel look so cool fully automatically, and I so want to try that. But I think we're getting close to the end of what the platform actually needs to be. I feel like this is definitely long enough for what we need. Alright, and we have brought the train track all the way up to the Y level that we need, so I've leveled it out with the home base, wherever that flat layer is there. And I'm just going to push you off the edge. See you, loser. No, I don't want to fight all of you. Uh-oh. Well, that's the biggest issue with dealing with this, but this is looking super cool. I'm just going to use my brand new Infinity one that needed one of those nether stars to craft and extend this out. So we're going to have train track, gap, and then another set of train tracks going in the other direction here. And that's literally already done. I'm out of blocks, but that was easy to set up. Now we just extend you a little bit. And there we go. So that is where the train tracks are going to be. Hide from that idiot. We're going to need way more of these. I've already used 300 for this little area here. We're going to need so many. But now I think we're ready to get in just the pathway to and from of like a normal walking pathway, a 2x1 area, and then we'll be able to prep the train and whatever else we need to actually fully automate the actual like train process, because I want to make a train that builds the tunnel for me. That'll be so dope. And I think the only way to really do that is to lay out where I want it to go first. I haven't ever dealt with these types of train thingies, so I am curious to see how it goes. And there we go. Those are the 2 rail lines that we're going to be seeing. Now let's just bring this thing all the way back home. I'm just going to dig this way until we get there. Oh, there's our home. Hey. What the heck is that about? I have my sounds turned off because an Enderman was spazzing out. I got lost. Right here. There we go. We are almost back home. A perfectly straight line. We just have a little bit more to go. And the tunnels are connected. Oh, it is literally out of render distance. That's how far away we are. But we are finally back to the main portal. Wow. Okay, this is very exciting. We basically have... Oh, I think that skeleton just went into the Nether. Or overworld. I was right. Hello, sir. Oh, I thought my game crashed. We now have the Nether sorted for our episode next week. But let's get this train track back and all the way over to our base. I don't think there's a good way to do this, unfortunately. The issue is I don't know how trains work. Like, is it better to go on this track around and then through this windy bit back up to here? I have no idea. Speaking of this windy bit, it should just be a straight shot over here to over there, right? But instead we have the bounciest, windiest road ever. There's not really a point to it. Let's just get it in line, going straight over this way. That'll save us some sadness. So let's just get this over with. And reattached. This looks way better, by the way. Just a straight line instead of whatever windy stuff I was doing before. Now we can get this thing attached. I think we do just go along this line and then have a separate kind of curve onto this road to head back to the train station. So I'm just gonna head this way and hope that it can connect. Nice. You know what? Suspension of disbelief or whatever. I think it works. I just broke it all. Do it again, figure it out, let's go, there we go. This is the stupidest thing I think I've ever done. Yeah, you know what, whatever. It'll connect, probably. So that's good enough for me. Now it's time to connect up our portal over to this main line here. And then I'm just gonna grab a bogey and drive around it just to make sure that it will work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it looks like it connects to the track this way, which is good to see. There we go, that is now connected. That took way more blocks and tracks than I thought it would. I thought Homeboy could just curve way easier than it had to, I guess. But it is now connected, and the overworld is set up, or it should be. Let me grab some train casing and train controls, throw down... Right, I need to be at a train station. There we go, we got a bogey, a seat, and some train casings. I'm just gonna do one of you. One of you. Does this just work? Or do I need to glue it? I need to glue it. There we go. Train moment. We should be able to go straight through the Nether portal into the Nether on the tracks that I laid out. I laid out like 3 or 4. Okay, that is bad news, because what that means is that the tracks that I have are backwards. So what it means is this is the return track. And this way... Oh, I'm lying. Oh, okay, that's good. Track location blocked. That's in the overworld. Okay, there's a chance that I need to get my train out of the way. Oh, there we go. Hold on, it connected this time. I don't know why this happened. Is it because I didn't have proper tracks over before? Okay, now I think it should work. What was that? Anyway, train moment. Hello, Mr. Train. We should be able to get in, go through, and show up on the other side. And we do. We totally do. Awesome. So we have a train over here, and... oh, you're over there. And I think we're able to bring this backwards in through the nether portal again. Yes, sir. Holy lag. Oh, no. Oh! Is my game gonna crash? No. We're better. So if I instead go left, up here all the way, this will connect back up, and now we're on the same path as we normally would be. And then I just have to go all the way around here to get back to that bridge area over there. So if we hold left, it's going to be super jank. My game lagged so bad that whole time, but we're on the way home, which is really all that we care about. We are all good. I got my little conductor hat. And this is working. Now that we're back, I did want to bring up the display boards. I'm fairly confident that the display link and the display board, I think if we put a display link on a train on a train station, it'll tell us when trains are arriving. If you haven't ever dealt with display links and stuff, they're super useful. If you like place them on an item that can transfer information, like a stressometer or a speedometer, or an inventory, like a threshold switch or an item vault, you can display stuff on the board itself. So it's on a depot right now. It's telling you what's on the depot. And I'm pretty sure that if you put it on a cool thing, oh yeah, this can tell the time. Like a cuckoo clock can tell the time, and that's super cool. And then it also works on other link displays, whatever. So maybe, whoa, lag. I've been running farms because I'm low on iron and my game is chunking. So I'm fairly confident that if we put it on a train station, it will just be like, oh, hey, a train is coming soon. And then we can put that up as like a hanging sign for these stations, which I think would be so sick. So just as a little test, I am actually going to break through the ceiling here because we have some spinny boys down here already. And I'm just going to hook up a cog to a display board, and if we do that, this thing will show up. And then we just need to target this and put a display link up next to this thing. I cleared this selected position instead of placing it. Take two. We put this on here. Yes, okay. Train station summary, train schedule status. Yeah. Okay, what does this do? That's the first time I've ever done that. Use display links to visualize info. Show up! Okay, maybe I did something wrong. I don't know what it's saying. I don't think I have enough trains for this to make any sense. So this is main train station small. So we're getting train station info, train column size, platform column size. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get this automated train way up here that probably never goes back and forth that often because it's too slow. You are losing privileges. Give me your schedule. What does it say? 15 stacks. All right, now we're going. We should see if I'm fast enough over at this display. Yes. Something showed up. Something showed up. Let me get there. Let me get there. Let me get there. Let me get there. What do you say? 15 seconds. CB. Huh? I don't know what you mean. Okay. Go to this one. What does this say? Goodbye. I haven't really dealt with a farm at all in a very long time, and I'm hoping that nothing's backed up. I don't think it is. So let me just wait over this display board and see what the dealio is. I think this is better for larger train stations with more trains and probably longer wait times between the two tracks. Oh, it's going. It's not telling me anything when it's set to schedule mode. Okay. Then I suppose we're setting it to this one. Anyway, this now works. 45 seconds, cool bool. What if I increase the size of this? Oh, okay. The choo-choo train from the barn is coming in 45 seconds. That makes more sense. Okay, what if we do this? Will it split onto two lines? No. Okay, that's still good to know though. So we can set this up. Let's get this all upstairs. So to set up these display things, I think putting them right here would be really good. The only issue is I have zero idea on how to power them or where to hang them up from. If instead we do something like this, that looks stupid. Honestly, I think something in the middle could actually work. If we have one of these, yeah, that doesn't look like the worst thing I've ever made. There we go. Honestly, not horrible looking. I think if we even threw in something like that, that doesn't look stupid. It may be a little bit stupid, but not like wildly stupid that I'm like embarrassed to show it off. So if I can't do it on both. Oh, that's a bummer. And honestly, I just thought about this. I want one for both sides of the station. So we are going to have to do a 2-layer one. There we go. That now has 2 layers. I am going to just connect up both sides of this thing. The only issue or complaint, I suppose, that I have with these displays is that they're a 1-to-1, even if you want them to display the same info. So I'm going to show the train station summary, but their platform column size. Can you do multiple train stations on, or the same train station for multiple platforms? Because that would be really good info to know. I don't know if you can actually do that. Anyway, let's get these both in here. Max this out, drop that to 1. Both on line 1. Yes, 30 seconds, choo-choo to barn. There we go. And then I want to do the same thing over here. There we go. Those are now set up. Obviously, we don't have any trains coming in, but if they would be coming in here and on the other side as well. And now we have a little system here that just shows you how long it's taken, the train name, and where it's going, and then we'll be good. And I'm honestly super happy about how this turned out. This works way better than I thought it would, I feel like, and I'm very happy about that. And that is going to be it with this video. We have completed a bunch of stuff today, and we are going to finish off the Nether farm in the next episode so that this train can go back and forth to our Nether base, getting all of the materials. I think it's 16,000 coal, 20 million thousand blaze rods, so many different items, and this train is going to get all of them. We also set up this auto train system here that will tell us when you're going. I have to turn off this. How do I... Garbage. We set up this auto train station. There are seagulls on the train, and we fixed my abysmal first attempt at this pathway here. I do need to remember that we need a ton of terraining for this train station to not just be floating along. And maybe if we do get to it, I want to build a bridge over there. But all of that will come in future episodes, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Where even am I? In the wall. Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like. If you're new and you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're on episode 49. And again, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace.